Go. Spotted. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Keeper Calvin, and we officially welcome you to the Keepers Club podcast. This virtual gathering that you see before you on your Zoom or YouTube screen allows us to have this great privilege to hold a podcast hosted by Keepers Club, a club that aims to keep young people like us away from negative activities such as smoking, drinking, doing drugs, and to help guide and uplift young adults like us who are tuning in, especially those who might be going through things like depression, loneliness, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. We have the privilege to have keepers that are willing to join this week's recording to share their experiences on how to stay healthy, happy, and motivated. Because at the end of the day, that's really the goal of the club, for keepers like us to share with others as one were to do with their very own brother or sister. And just like the club slogan, I am my brother's keeper. We will do whatever it takes to share the love that we experienced individually and as a group. And we love to also thank the founding president of Keepers Club International, who is none other than Pastor Apollo C. Kibeloy, for this opportunity to be a part of the Keepers Club International here in the United States of America, as well as this great privilege and entrustment to have a Keepers Club inspired podcast. So without further ado, let us all greet all the keepers that have joined today, and may we all see your beautiful faces and greet your fellow keepers by saying, I am my brother's keeper. So how is everyone? How was your day? Nice seeing everyone.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Simon. Hi,
Hello,
Ate
Eric.
Sherwin.
Hello,
Wow,
Kuya
nice to see you
Calvin.
all.
Hello,
Oh, hi,
Kendra,
Simon.
Anthony, Angelo.
Go, Simon. Woo. And once
Hello.
again,
Hello,
go
Kuya
Sherlyn,
Calvin.
Angelo, Eunice, Anthony, Hannah, Kendra, Eric. Woo. Nice pictures, by the way, everyone. Wow. So, boy, how's everyone? How's your day? How's your day going? Anyone do anything memorable? Anything exciting? Anything worth sharing?
It's been well, Calvin. Just the normal. Like, honestly, all the other times went to school, came home, I took a nap, and then now I'm here. Wow. In the Keepers Club podcast. So,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Brother Calvin, thank you.
Yes, likewise, Eric. Same. And, as always, too, it's always a privilege to see everyone. And it always gets a little better that we have this podcast episode. We're able to see one another and to have, hopefully, another successful episode here at the Keepers Club podcast station here in the United States. Yes, so let us begin, shall we, with our program. All right, so I will do this and this. So, of course, as always, we have our Keepers Club disclaimer. So, as always, we just ask that everyone kindly avoid cursing, sharing anything traumatic. Please prevent from saying anything that goes against our slogan, I am my brother or sister's keeper. So, with that being said, our last rule, of course, is have fun. Right? We could have been doing anything at this moment, but we chose to join this podcast. So, of course, it wouldn't hurt to have a little fun through our program. That being said, is a thumbs up. Is that okay for everyone? Yes? Okay, sounds good. So, as I lower the music a bit, let us continue. So, here we go. Can everyone see it sliding, by the way? All right. Yes. So, once again, this is the Keepers Club podcast, and this is episode 39. Wow. 39 episodes, right? I remember 38 just like it was last week, but I don't know about everyone, all of you, but I remember the past 40 episodes as if it was just yesterday. So, we have our Keepers Club history for those who have not heard of Keepers Club before or have forgotten of the true mission of Keepers Club. And a little introduction, right? Keepers Club International, or the acronym KCI, was first founded by Pastor Apollo C. Kibeloy and was first established in June 1986 in Davao City, Philippines. Since then, KCI spread all over the globe, gaining thousands of keepers worldwide, and we would have jam sessions, outings, and constructive small group sharings and discussions. And KCI is not only in the Philippines, but in other countries like in the United States of America, Canada, United Kingdom, Italy, Belgium, Spain, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, and many more. So, you never know, you might have a Keepers Club there in your respective country, continent, state. And we encourage you to join, especially here if you're in the US. Feel free to join our podcast any Tuesday. Yes. So, for another quick introduction, we are the Keepers Club podcast, in case you didn't know. And we are a podcast to help guide, encourage, and uplift the youth. We do this through Zoom, as you can see, where we host our official podcast. And on YouTube is where we post our full episodes. And on Facebook is where we post our group photos. We do this every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Central time, and 7 p.m. Eastern time. And the reason we do so is because I am my brother's keeper. Okay, for keepers. But of course, someone truly introduced us. Was willing to invite us to Keepers Club International at one point or another in our lives, and this is our opportunity to really give back. Because a lot of young people nowadays, we truly believe that they need a club just like this, where they can really feel comfortable, feel a belongingness, a brotherhood, sisterhoodness, and to really discover as well the God-given talents that they might not know that they have. So, and for the fifth one, how we strive to do this by gathering, bonding, and sharing with keepers all over the U.S. Yes. So, oh, and likewise, by the way, cannot wait for episode 40. Wow. So, yes, for our experience, all of our topics relate to the struggles of being a youth. It is also a privilege, huge privilege, to meet and talk to keepers all over the US. And it is very humbling as well because I am my brother's keeper, to really give back and to have this opportunity to share the love that we experience here in Keepers Club. With one click, we're able to join and as well to see our the fellow keepers that we cherish so much. But speaking of other keepers, we like to have this opportunity as well to hear from other keepers that have been joining the podcast, and if they'd be so kind enough as well to maybe share a few words on their experience on how the podcast is treating them and why you think other keepers should do the same by joining the podcast and or joining Keepers Club International. Yes. So, that being said, any keepers, would you be willing to share? Yes, go Eric. Wow, go Ricks.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, brother Calvin. So, here my experience in the Keepers Club podcast, as always, as I've said in the past weeks, is a very positive one, very good one. And the reason why it's good is because it's positive. As I've said before, sometimes you just need a little bit of encouragement throughout your day. Sometimes you just need a little bit of upliftment from other people who have a positive mindset. You know what I mean? The world is negative. Life is sometimes it'll hit things at you that are hard to bear, but I'm glad to say that here in the Keepers Club podcast, it does help you. It does help you by, sharing new ideas to you, by talking about, the struggles of a youth. Those are always all of our topics. And by doing that, thankfully, I'm very proud to say, very grateful to say that it's a great podcast. It gives you positivity, it gives you encouragement to keep on going throughout your day. And yeah, thank you, brother Calvin. That's my
Yes, and thank you as well, brother Eric. Um, can we also ask another keeper? They'd be so kind enough as well to share as well, or maybe elaborate. But thank you once again, Keeper Eric. Always nice seeing you. How about another keeper who has their video on? How about you, Hannah? Go ahead. Are you able to share? If not, it's okay. But oh yes, there's another hand. Let me know, Han. Or how about Ate Sherlyn? Oh,
Okay, good evening, everyone. So, I like joining this Keepers Club podcast because sometimes it's giving me like some confidence because I'm shy person. Sometimes I don't have the confidence to talk to someone else, and I thank this podcast because there is a lot of keepers here is talking to me, and I get a chance to talk with them. That's all.
Yes. Thank you, Ate Sherlyn. And likewise, actually, you're very right. Not only, the confidence, yes, confidence, to not only speak, but also seeing the other keepers grow as well. Not physically, of course, but spiritually, you can say. So yes, thank you, Ate Sherlyn. Nice picture, by the way. If that's you in the picture, no. But anyone else before we move on? Any takers, volunteers? All right. If not, it's all good. But thank you once again to all of the keepers that have shared. And we hope more and more keepers will be able to share, not only for the experience, but for our discussion later uh, in our presentation. So let us move on, shall we? All right, here we go. So for our icebreakers, we have a two truths, one lie. This one usually takes, a good amount of time. But start planning out your two truths, one lie. And this is always, of course, to kind of get a feel of the atmosphere of the podcast, get used to warming up on really speaking and, have a little fun at the same time. So we love to hear from you and just kind of make sure you have a lie within uh, those three statements, right? Two truths, one lie. So anyone so kind enough to maybe go first? Anyone? Anyone? I'll start thinking of one too. But oh yes, go Rick.
Hi. Okay. So I'm also thinking of my two truths and one lie. Let's see. So for one of them, let's say, I am ending school on the second week of June. Okay, that's number one. Let me just write that down so I don't forget that. Two, I'm taking PSATs tomorrow. And number three, I'm taking an AP exam in May. Guess the lie. Let's see it.
Number 3.
Wow, go Rick. 3, 1. Oh, I mean, those are nice, by the way, Rick. I usually take a lot of time to think, like of the three statements. But go Eric. I assuming you're a student. Wow, go Eric. I'll
3.
say 2 as well. And thank you as well for being so kind enough to type it out. Wow. But yes, kind of get your guesses in before we guess. And if you love to share, speak it or type it out as well. But yes, once again, go all the keepers. Go also AC from the deep in the heart of Texas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
The,
Oh, yes. Go Rick.
okay. The lie is number two. I'm not taking an AP exam in May because that was way too expensive. Oh my gosh, my school, they make you pay $100 to take the AP exam. So,
Yeah.
not for me.
Wow, go Eric. Yes, we hope it goes well, by the way. Whether you're taking SAT, PSAT, or was it a driver's license? Oh, But yes, go Eric. And yes, thank you for thinking fast as well and jumping in. So
Can I go next?
yeah, please do. Was it Anthony?
Yeah.
Go Anton.
Okay, so number one, I love cats more than dogs. Number two, I had 12 cats at one point in my life, in one time, like at once. And number three, um, uh, I love dogs. Which one
Wow.
is the one?
How do you guys think of these lies, by the way? Are these truths and lies?
Or just to repeat it, I like cats more than dogs. That's the first one. I had 12 cats in my life at one point, and then I love dogs.
Yes, go Anthony. Wow. So yes, I'll also say one as well. But that's impressive. Regardless, if you had 12 cats, go Anthony. So everyone, kindly get your guesses. Okay. Yes, but 2, 1.
It was it was the first one. I love dogs, but I did have cats, 12 cats in one time at one point in my life. Pretty crazy, but
Really?
yeah.
12. Wow. Yeah, just like Eric said. Woo! So go Anthony. Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing. We'd love to see you, by the way, Anthony. But go Anthony, always joining the podcast too. And yes, go Simon as well. Assuming you're possibly busy at the moment, or you wanna speak, Simon? I could read it out too. Let me know. Okay. Yes. Go Simon, by the way. So I'll read out yours just later. So I think Simon also has one. So just kindly guess the lie. He said, 1, I got sick with the flu. 2, I ate at Uishi Burger. And 3 is I lost 14 pounds from being sick. Wow. Wait, isn't that good though? I want to say 3. It's maybe you lost more or less than that. Nice one though, Simon. Regardless, hope you and everyone is healthy, is not sick. But kindly get your guesses in, everyone. Nice one, Simon. Wow. Alrighty.
Okay, the
Go,
lie,
Simon.
the lie is number one. I got sick with, they call it monocolosis infection. So it's like, I can say it's 2 times, 3 times worse than flu because I had tonsils, right? It connects with number three. I couldn't eat anything at all. I could only eat liquids like broth or soup. So I barely ate anything for like almost more than 1 week. So
Mhm.
so number it connects with number three because I didn't, you didn't eat anything, right, for a week, like nothing at all. Like when I try to eat something, right, because when you have swollen tonsils, it hurts to eat, sometimes to drink, or even to swallow your spit. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, you stay away from sickness. It's bad, but I got sick with they call mono. So I hope you guys don't get it because I got it and it was not so good. But
Mhm.
at least you know I lost weight from that. But yeah, 1 week I couldn't eat much.
Wow. Go, Simon. And yes, indeed, Indeed, OMG, that's crazy. So go, Simon. Thank you. Hope you're all right, and thank you. Being comfortable as well in this podcast. Wow. So, any last ones before we move on with our discussion? Wow,
Can
go
I go?
ahead. Oh,
Okay, Hannah.
oh yes. Is there a Hannah? Go ahead.
Number one, I get stung by a bee. Number two, I'm afraid of dogs. And number three, I don't like cats.
Wait, can you repeat one?
I get stung by a bee.
Ah, yes. So, was it these cats and dogs? So everyone, can we get your guesses in? I think it's enough. But nice seeing you and hearing you as well. By the way, Han. Yes. So everyone, kindly get your guesses in. Of course. They're nice lies, by the way. I'm like starting to brainstorm. Yeah. So 3. Yeah, everyone, can we guess? Just like everyone has guessed for yours, right? Yes. So. All right, 3. Yes. So, kindly reveal which one was the lie. By the way, Keeper Hannah.
It's number three.
3. Wow. But you don't. Something about dogs, right? Or cats?
Yeah, I kind of afraid of dogs. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, Gohan. All right, so hope dogs don't bite you. And go Hannah. In regards to your family, if you guys have a dog. But yes, I think potentially last one. By the way, if you wanna go, by the way, Sherlyn, go to Sherlyn, and once again go to Hannah.
Okay, I can go.
Go Han or Sherlyn or
Okay, number one is I gain weight 10 pounds. Number two, we have a game on this coming Thursday against Hampton. Number three is we had a game yesterday against Green Run, which is Simon's school, and we lost.
wow. Yes, so go at the Sherlyn as well. Always sharing and 2 truths, 1 lie. But I want to guess 3, by the way. Also, it's like the last one I could remember. But kind of get your guesses in, everyone. And yes, kind of guess. Either say it or put a number 1, 2, 3. But hope everyone is enjoying 2 truths, 1 lie. By the way, let us know if you have icebreakers in mind for our future episodes. But with that being said, 1, 2, or 3. But yes, kindly review which one was the lie. By the way, at the Sherlyn.
Okay, the lie is number one. Joke number three. We went against Green Run with the score of 8-0.
Wow.
Yeah, our soccer team in Gunya is no good for the girls.
Nice
They lack coordination.
But yes, go Shirley. I hope it goes well. Wow. That's awesome. You're in sports, by the way. You and everyone involved. That's super cool. So yes, go Ati Sherlyn. And yes, thank you for participating. Yes. I'll go, by the way. Okay, yeah, I have it typed out actually. So let me know, by the way. We keep going, but detect or try to guess which one was the lie. So 1, I lost 10 pounds from working at a Panda Express. 2, I love dogs when they don't bite me. And 3, I clinically have short-term memory loss. Whoever likes the music, by the way, I can change it, but yes, let me know. Okay, how about like this? But everyone kind of get your guesses in. And let us... Oh, yeah. So the lie, by the way, was... Say 1, 1 with 3. It was 3. I feel like I have memory term loss, like short-term memory loss. But it's not clinical. But yes. Thanks for guessing, by the way. And I hope everyone enjoyed that. Any last one before we move on? Thank you, by the way. 1, 1 with 3. Anyone? Ate Kendra? No? Okay, let us know. But go Ate Kendra from the New York Bridge, right? Or London Bridge, or... Okay. Yes, let's move on. All right, here we go.
Golden
So-
Gate Bridge.
Oh. Wow. Golden Gate. Yes, go Ton or Anton. So, let us move on with our discussion. So, this one, or this episode 39, is full screen. Do everything with love. Yes. So, as you can see as well, it's a biblical verse. Corinthians 16:14, chapter 16, verse 14. And we put this too because we once talked about fruits of the Spirit. You know, it's also something biblical, but you know, it's everything that we always share. It's not our own doctrine. It truly comes from the love of God. Right? So do everything with love. This is not the exact verse, but short and sweet. Do everything with love. So, some definitions want to go over are the words love, which is a strong feeling or constant affection for deep affection, and also the word everything, or yes, the word everything, because do everything in love. So everything means all things and all that exists. Do everything in love, right? So more about, or more, etc. Adding on, there really is no meaning to anything we do if it is not done with love, as we should always give our heart when doing something. Another thing we wanted to have for our foundation is we get so caught up in life and get used to a routine that you say that we tend to forget about the real reason to why we do anything. And of course, the third one being is all we need is love. That's actually, saying and a doctrine you can say that we really follow. But you think about it, right? All we need is love. Food, water, and love. Those are the 3 things that we need as human beings. And truly, think about it. Sometimes we get so caught up once again, but we forget that sometimes we need love. We have to have love in what we're doing. So in this case, all we need is love, right? Yes. So for our episode 39 question, as you can see also by the biblical verse on the right, let all your things be done with charity. Also relates to our topic today. So our question being for episode 39, how important is it to do anything with love? Why do you think keepers forget this so often? And how can keepers like us cherish our daily responsibilities and privileges without taking it for granted? So I actually have the question copy and pasted already. But responsibilities and privileges, that's another topic we had in the past, right? So really essentially, it's a struggle of being a youth. Like we said, we get so used to doing everything every day, we forget to do it with love. So, yes, here we go. I'll post the question, remove my spotlight, and would anyone like... Oh, yes! Does someone have a hand, by the way? But yes, anyone like to start it off and jumpstart our discussion for our topic, do everything in love? that a hand, by the way, ate? Oh, if not, anyone else, by the way, would you like to jump in? Like Eric saying, go Ate Sherlyn. So, any takers? Go. Oh, yes, actually. Go, Rick.
Okay, if no one else will start off, I'll start off. Apologies if my Wi-Fi decides to break for a moment, but for our episode 39 question, how important is it to do everything with love? I think that is something really important. You guys know when like you were little and like you were on those like cooking shows, one of the ingredients that the chef had was like love or something. I never got what that meant. I thought that they like kissed the food or something and it made it taste good. But when you say that you do everything with love, it means that you put care into, you know, whatever you're doing. It means that you put genuine effort because you actually like care about what you're doing and you want to make it good for whoever you're doing it for and you just want to put effort into it. I think that in this world, keepers can forget this so often just because there is a very big lack of people doing that. And you know, obviously not everybody's putting like their wholehearted love into everything. So like from that thing that happens in society, from everybody else doing it, it's very easy for keepers like us to forget that I should do something with love. I should help a friend. I should talk to someone who's lonely. I should, you know, help a homeless person. Whatever it is. Um, for the third question, how can keepers like us cherish our daily responsibilities and privileges without taking it for granted? I'd say compare what you have to people who are less fortunate than you. That's the way that you don't take things for granted. Because not everybody, of course, is going to be like you. You're unique yourself. So, cherishing your daily responsibilities is something that obviously we have to do because you're the only one who gets those daily responsibilities, if you understand what I mean. But yeah, I think those are my answers to the question. So thank you, Calvin, for letting me go.
Yes. So, I hope you no echo. Yes. Oh, yes. But thank you, Eric. Yes, you're very right too. You know, just like we said, you know, everything we do, or you know, depending like on your priorities, right? It really, if you really cherish it, you really do everything, all your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. Right? So, yes, thank you, Eric. Anyone else, by the way, would you like to elaborate, add on, answer any of the questions? Yes, is there a hand? Go, keeper Simon.
Okay. So the question today, the $1 million question today is doing everything with love. Okay. So we all sometimes we take this for granted. I know every day we're not always, the same, we're not always joyful because sometimes, we get sad or we get frustrated because something happened, life is not always life is not always going to be the same. Life is gonna throw scenarios at you that sometimes you will not feel joyful, you might feel moody for some people. And when they're given a task, I know um the our elders taught us we do everything with love because I mean it's true, you have to do everything with love because everything, let's say you have to take care of a car. you know a car is a very important tool of transportation. You can go places fast, but there's a catch. You have to clean the car, you have to do maintenance for the car, you have to, you know, drive safely and carefully so you don't end up in accidents, and then you're gonna start paying the bills and the insurance. And like just cleaning the car, because if you don't clean the car, you're not showing love to the car. You need to look after that car like what's that, it's like your child. Like, you take care of it, make sure it's not dirty, it's not uh I know you get busy because time is always running. If, like, the moment you blink, every second is running, and time is not always a very um it's not in excess, uh to us. So, the tasks we do each day besides cleaning or maintaining the car, like, for people who don't drive, maybe it would be cleaning the house, right? you know Simple chores that every teenager will be assigned to by their parents is cleaning their room, and maybe cleaning around the house. Sometimes you do housekeeping. At first, housekeeping is not a fun job to some young people. And I've talked to um people like my classmates. They don't like chores. Not everyone likes chores, but we have to do it. And if, like that, tasks like that, you have to give effort, because if you don't give, like, you just be sloppy. you know you don't, like, you do the task halfway. I know sometimes we forget. We just take out the trash. I do that too. I take out the trash, but I did not put the new plastic bag in the trash bin. So it's just empty trash bin with no plastic on it. And then if you throw trash, you forgot the plastic. You have to take the trash out, replace it with the new plastic. We make mistakes, but we gotta, learn that we gotta put love in everything. That's the smaller things. Now we look to the bigger things, right? Because there are um careers and, like, um things like craftsmanship, right? Art and music. People put love into that, right? Let's say um an artist, right? They love to paint or they love to draw, right? Look how much love and effort they put in their work, right? The picture of Mona Lisa, did the artist just threw a bucket of paint and then let it dry up, and then there you go, you got a masterpiece? No, there's some type of technique, there's some type of skill into it. Whether it's just blobbing paint, but, like, they're mixing colors, they have an image that's drawn in mind, and then at the end of the day, you see that beautiful masterpiece, an art. Or like clay, when you do when a potter makes a vase for clay, right? They gotta spin the wheel, mold the clay. You don't be sloppy, because if you're sloppy, if you're a potter and you're sloppy in your work, some of um the clay may crack or break when they're heating it up in the furnace, right? So they have to put love, from the big things to the small things. We have to you put love in that. You see what those things are common. Those people put love and effort into their work. Sometimes we take for granted our responsibilities because yes, we get frustrated again. We sometimes feel sad because something happened. I know life is not always a bed of roses, but when you're given a task, do it. At least try to put effort into it. It's always good to try if you can, if you have the energy, you know. I mean, if you're, sick and you cannot do something like in school, you're sick, you can't do an essay or you can't do assignments, you just ask help. Sometimes it's not good to ask help, If you let the pain get worse, it's no good. But, you know, back to the topic, we always put love and effort and everything because to be honest, if we're sloppy in our work, it kind of tells our personality we're quite lazy. I know laziness plagues all of us, even myself. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but at the end of the day, we have to put love and effort in our work. you know it doesn't appreciate just us, but it also appreciate the person that give you the task, or or it even appreciates the man above, God, you know because if you
Man.
show cleanliness and doing um putting love in your work, you know it's always good to at least try. But that's all I could say. I hope I didn't take too long, and
You're good,
you
Simon.
know, thank you.
Yes. And yeah, don't ever apologize, by the way, Simon. If anything, we're glad that we can depend on you to give such a meaty answer as well. And we know what you're saying too, Simon. Very nice and well said. Yeah, so feel free to answer more. Maybe after Sherlyn. But before Sherlyn, can we just give a shout out as well to keeper Zach? How are you, by the way, Zach? Go Zach from
I'm
Chicago.
good.
You're good? How's your day?
Yeah,
How's your day, Kuya?
Hello,
it
Sa.
was good.
Go Zach. Woo. Okay. But oh, I didn't no. Yes. Go Zach. So nice seeing you, by the way. Go Zach.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Papang. Okay. So yes. But thank you for your patience once again. Go keeper Sherlyn.
What was the question again?
Yes, I was gonna type it out actually. But yes, pretty much. Why is it important to do everything with love?
Okay. So for me, it's important to do
There you go.
everything. It's important to do everything with love. Like for example, sometimes when our parents ask us us to like clean the house, clean the bathroom, clean everything. Sometimes we like,
Mhm.
ah. Sometimes we talk back to them, and then like, you're gonna say, we just did this, and then you're gonna clean. You're gonna clean us that again. Yeah, and then sometimes if you just follow your mom or dad when they tell you to clean the house, just do them with love, because there's a time when they get old, they will not gonna tell you to clean anymore. So when you're still young, when they tell you to clean, just follow them and don't talk back to them about like why are you cleaning every day. And same also when you are doing a work or something, when you put love in it, it feel like you're happy doing it, and then it makes your day it's make your day um more happier, I guess. That's all.
Yes, wow. Go, Sherlyn. You're very right. I want to add on too, because, you, Eric, and Simon, of course, said something that really made me uh, think. So, for one thing, of course, our topics, the struggles of being a youth, right? And a lot of times, too, something that inspires the topics are things that keepers like us are going through, even myself, even yours truly. So, the thing about it, just like Simon was saying, Sherlyn, Eric, right? We complain at first, or sometimes it's hard, to think about doing everything with love, right? Everything, and sometimes it's weird to say because, for example, a job, we do it right for money. Now, are we always gonna love the job? No, but we're trying to earn money, right, for our family, to put food on our plate, pay the rent, etc. How about school? Not everyone, or maybe every student actually is not going to always want to do homework. They're going to do tests every day to study. But there's love in it because, you have the love to have an education, to make your parents proud, to better your future, etc. Right? Also chores. We're just like Simon is talking about the garbage. Sheldon's talking about, cleaning the house. Well, not everyone's gonna wash dishes, take out the trash, or not everyone wants to. But why do we do it? To make others proud. To help out the house, help out our parents, because there's love, because we love and respect them. The sense of love. So the reason, I personally have to work on it, right? And no matter what it is, school, work, chores, sometimes even a favor or a responsibility, right? Maybe at first, I realize I complain at first. It's like, oh, I have to do this, or I don't want to, or I'd rather just not. I'd rather just be lazy. No, and anything. It could be music. It could be, for like news, for example, when helping produce news for keepers, or even, helping out a keeper's podcast, you can say. I complain at first. It gets done, right? But I complain at first. So the thing about it is what I'm trying to say. I realize, is it enough? Even though it gets done, is it good enough? Is it a right mindset? Is it a right attitude? I'm gonna get it done, but I complain at first, right? So I realize that's not excellent. That's another topic we talk about, excellence. And sometimes I forget to really cherish it, or any keeper. We forget to do everything with love, to do anything with love, because we forget what a privilege it is to have. That's why we included privilege responsibility. That's another topic we had in our previous episode. So it's even to a point that if we do anything without love, it's all in vain. And sometimes it's hard to realize that. It's hard to really understand that as well. But sometimes we get so used to a routine. You're so used to doing it in the morning, like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., for example. Right? You're so used to, driving a specific someone, or a responsibility you have, a specific day of every week, or even, the privilege to do things like to perform, to sing, to play, keyboard, guitar, drums, like all the keepers here. We're very talented, right? And sometimes it becomes like some things we're just so used to, but we forget the real reason, the real goal as to why we're doing it. And the only person that really knows our effort, our love, is not only ourselves, but truly the man upstairs. Amen? Right? So it really comes down to, are we willing to strengthen our freedom of choice, to push ourselves, to really, realize that we're not doing it with excellence, we're not doing it with love, and that will make a change. So a lot of times That's why we included this topic, the struggles of being a youth. Sometimes we forget about all these things. We forget, to really give our everything, our body, soul, spirit, calling, our purpose to it. So once again, it could apply to anything. And, even recently, whether people have gone through it in the past or are also going through it, you can say, it really is something we forget to do. Do everything in love, just like the Bible verse, right? So, just like the Bible verse, mentions charity. It mentions, let all your things be done with charity, right? So, that's what I wanted to share. I might have more to add, but anyone else, by the way, would you like to add, elaborate, answer the questions? For example, how can keepers like us cherish our daily responsibilities and privileges without taking it for granted? Why is it so important to cherish it? Why is it so important to, realize that it's a privilege that anyone can just, that we can easily be replaced, for example. So,
Can I go?
yes, please do. Go, Angelo.
Okay, so I'll just like to answer the first question first. And how important is it to do anything with love? For me, I think that it's really important to do anything with love because we're we chose to do that thing, whatever it is, because we like we like had like a feeling that this might be like something you want to do, um and because you can't do something without like without like falling in love with it, because I feel like a lot of us, we do something that we all love. We like an example is like you can't expect someone to play piano without um falling in love in the piano, right? Because no matter whatever you do, somehow you're gonna find a way to love it because you started doing that thing because you know that you're gonna like it and ended up loving it, And for the other question is, how can people like us cherish our daily responsive no yeah how can people like us cherish our daily responsibilities without taking it for granted? Well, first of all, when we're doing something, it's like we should think of it like as a privilege, because we need to learn how to you're gonna learn how to like value that thing because you don't just do things just because you want to, or you're not gonna do something that you don't want to do because you don't like it or you know that you won't like it. That's why whenever we do things or whenever you're doing anything, you should always like think about it first. Am I going to like this, or is this something that I would want to be doing, And if you do, you should like value it, Don't just don't just say I want to do this because I want to do it, but ended up not doing it because you were so focused on other things that you weren't really able to focus on that thing that you said that you wanted to do. And yeah, that's it.
Yes, thank you, AC. Go, Angelo. And I love what you said. It reminds me that, right? Never forget your first love. You can say, like, AC, a very excellent keyboardist, actually, since you mentioned keyboard, right? So you think about it, it really helps to not to love a hobby. And with that being said, when you love that hobby also, it may lead to another love as well, right? It's like you're really doing it for who? It could be for your parents, it could be for yourself, for your brother and sisters, your fellow keepers, maybe even, and of course, God. And through your journey through that course, it can all lead to a specific love. So that's why it's like never forget your first love. When you're like you're Calvin, a keeper Calvin, you get used to like a routine, you forget why you're doing it, why you work so hard, or where you got to now. What's it called? It's like a song. Like you've gotten so far. Don't forget your first love. Keep going. Be strong, and don't just go day by day as like a routine, like just doing it just to do it. Especially not for the only glory of yourself. No, there's always a love within it. Sometimes we forget. As young people, especially as keepers. So what a privilege it is, to be in Keepers Club International, to learn all of this that was taught and shared to us, reminded by our beloved president of Keepers Club, who is Pastor Apollo, right? So we think, this privilege as well, because it's not something we learn in school, right? We always learn about what math, science, gym, stuff like that, right? Social studies, history, but we never, we forget to be reminded of the things that apply to our daily life. Truly a struggle of being a youth. So before it gets too late, anyone else, by the way, even if you like to answer a second time, or especially if you like to share, if we haven't heard from you, maybe Keeper Kendra, Eunice, Zach. I forgot. I think Anthony, if you shared, apologize if I forgot, but yes. Any final thoughts? Especially if you haven't spoken. If you've been here the whole time, I'd love to hear from you before we come to our closing for this episode 39. Wow. All right. Feel free to jump in. But of course, we're very glad to have a topic like this. Yours truly as well. I'm very glad we got to talk about this, reflect, and like through the podcast, for example, not only sharing, not only answering, we'll learn more about ourselves as well. Not only about our fellow keepers here in the US, but also, just really thinking out loud, helping, really organizing our thoughts. And yeah, so thank you to everyone that's joined. Even if you came late, we're very happy for all the keepers that join, and we're always here every Tuesday to share. Let us know if you have a topic in mind that we could talk about, help share. But with that being said, any final thoughts? Feel free to go. There's still time. Going once, twice. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So that once again, that was our question 39, talking about doing everything with love. Do everything in love. So once again, we'll go back to that verse. Actually, let all your things be done with charity. Right, Corinthians chapter 16, verse 14. Yes. So for our closing, we just wanted to say we really hope you enjoyed. And these are our flyers. Keepers Club Podcast every Tuesday. Also, Keepers Club Podcast Youth Empowerment every Tuesday. Do you want to your place of, battling depression, anxiety, create peace and stability, belongingness, and family. Wow. So you can see, we have Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Zoom. But to make it more visually appealing, we have, yes, we'll jump into that another time. But would anyone like to show us your talents? By the way, show us your talents. It's not only a podcast to share, see one another, but also have a platform to share your talents. Any takers? Not only singing and dancing, but anything, right? Could be.
Keeper Calvin,
It's me.
can you look at your message? Just
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. I think we have you're willing to go though, Ton? I could play it. Okay, na?
Yeah, that's my rendition for today's episode.
Wow. Oh, I feel like I've seen this before. Is there a timestamp by the way? Or
Uh, actually, I
just
was I was gonna check it, but just the verse 1 and 4, so it's
okay?
not that long because it is 5 minutes. But
I'll just play it now. But
okay,
yes, here we go. Wow, go Anthony. Let's give it up for keeper Anthony. And an ate, I believe. Bueno, right? Okay, so here we go. Go Anthony. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Hi everyone! So this is a cover video of the song Blessings by Laura Story performed by Ate Jo. So we hope that you guys enjoy it and feel blessed. So here's your song, Blessings. So Father. We pray for blessings.
Wow, go Anthony and Ate Joanna. Woo! Nice one.
Good job.
Oh, but yes, like Simon saying, nice job. Wow, belated, early and belated Christmas wishes to you, by the way, Anthony and Joanna. And nice one, Tone. Wow, you play keyboard? Woo! Thanks the father. Alrighty, nice one, Anthony. Yeah, thank you for sharing. You know, it's cool too. It's like when we have not only live but also like pre-recorded, you know, nostalgic songs. So
We're not really professional. We just played because it was like the song was speaking to us and we just played it. And it was
mhm.
fun. That's why I kind of messed up there a little bit, but it's pretty good, okay.
Yeah, you got Tone because you kept it up too. You know, like the rhythm, and then you guys even have lyrics. Wow. So regards to Ate Joanna, the editor, Prince of Father, and yes, was that a hand by the way, Ate Charlotte?
Yes.
Wow. Once again, nice one, Anthony. And yes, go Anthony, and also go Ate Sherlyn. And
Yeah.
show us your talent.
We're gonna perform Hannah and me with violin and flute.
Wow. Like right now? Like live?
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Do you have visuals too? Or just audio now?
Uh, we're doing it right now, but we can't open the camera.
Oh, good, okay. Wow. Never heard Hannah perform. So yes. Let me know when you're ready. Can you let me know? Wow.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Okay, let's give it up for Sherlyn and Hannah. Woo!
Okay.
Take it away.
Mhm.
Wow, go Sherlyn and Hannah. Woo! Yes, wow. That was you playing was it violin and flute?
Good job.
Wow, go Sherlyn and Hannah. Yes, that was awesome. We wish we could have seen it as well. But very nostalgic song as well. Something dear, right? As the deer. But go Sherlyn and Hannah. Wow, thank you for sharing. Nice talents as well. And we're glad you know that you to hear your gift for playing flute and violin. Wow. So yes, once again, nice one, Sherlyn and Ate Hannah. Woo! Anyone else, by the way, before we officially close? Where it gets too late. Wow. Anyone?
I might
Once?
go. I'm
Is
gonna
that
go.
Yasmin?
Yeah.
Wow.
Go,
Okay.
Chicago!
Do you know how to sing this? I don't know.
Go Yasmin.
I love you, Lord. I don't know.
For your mercy never failed me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Okay, go. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good.
With
Every breath that I am able,
oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire. In the darkest nights, you are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God.
Good job.
And all my life, you've been faithful.
Closer.
And all my life, you've been so good. With every breath I am able, oh, I will sing for the goodness of God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo! That was beautiful. Yasmin, go
Good
Yasmin.
job.
Woo! Wow. Go Yasmin performing in a podcast. Wow. And let me know, by the way, if we could also perform that sometime too, Yasmin. That was awesome. Also to mama Yasmin, jumping in. Pabor sa ama. Regards also to your cat in the background.
Okay, sit down, honey.
Okay. But yes, go Yasmin. Woo! Yeah, so blessed. Go Yasmin performing. Wow. And once again, let me know if we could ever perform that. I'm sure the people watching, especially who are blessed by it, would love that. Right. So go once again, Yasmin from Chicago. Woo! Salamat naman. By the way, Pota, Tiras. Woo! Alright, so my sa amahan. And let's any other last performances, by the way, before we officially close. Let me know. 3, 2. Anyone? No? Okay. So let us close, right? I'll go here and here. So for our shout outs, once again, shout outs to all the new faces, all the returning keepers, like in order or in alphabetical order. Keeper Angelo, Anthony, Eric, Eunice, Hannah, Kendra, Atiruza, Sherlyn, Simon, and Zach. Yes. And as well for all the keepers tuning in to our recorded version, our pre-recorded version on YouTube, as well as other social medias, right? We'll jump into that in a bit. Keepers Club International, of course, that we're able to be a part of this podcast and all made possible by the president of Keepers Club. So we'd love to hear any other shout outs anyone's willing to give. But on for me at least, shout out once again to Keeper Zach. Also at the Yasmin, also Eunice, and of course Hannah, Sherlyn for performing, for example, Anthony, Simon, always, jumping in, sharing such a nice reflection. Keeper Eric, he always making an effort to join. Hannah jumping into Icebreakers. So yes. Any others, by the way, before we close? Any? It's time to show some love, shout out portion. Okay. If not, we hope we can hear more shout outs though in the future. Share some love to all the other keepers that have joined. But other than that, let us also remind you too that, let me wipe the screen again once again. Okay, here we go. And of course to our founding president once again. So thank you, Pastor. And here, kindly check out our link tree. If you haven't heard of Linktree before, pretty much where we have all our social media links. We've seen like social media influencers or famous people use it. So it's like, why shouldn't we, right? If you click the Zoom link, you can jump in our meeting on Tuesday. We also have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, Discord, Twitter, and another goal we have actually is to live stream, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Discord, apparently. And yes, and may we all smile for about like 10 seconds. We love to have like a screenshot of everyone, go down memory lane, and have a ending group photo of everyone's beautiful faces on the keepers that were so cool enough to join the podcast. So, is that all right? Can we everyone open their videos? Let's have a screenshot. So, well, nice seeing everyone. Hi, Zach. Woo! And then always glad to see everyone. It's a good amount of people too. Wow. Oh, let me change this. How's work, by the way, Anthony? Okay. Good, doing well, Anthony. All right, let's give like a 3 count. We'll do 2, like a regular smile, and then 2 will be like hey. So that being said, everyone, do your hair outfit, tuck in your stomachs. Give it a 3. Ready? 3, 2.
One minute. Zach is
1 minute.
getting one. He's here. Good job. Because
All right, everyone smile
Right.
for like 1 minute. Ready?
Hey,
3, 2.
smile. I am.
And can we do one more? K for keepers.
Yay, keepers.
Feel free to jump in, by the way. Potate Res. Give it a 3,
Hey.
2, and 1. Like another episode where it's like, wow, look at all the keepers that have joined, showing their faces, look so happy. So, thank you everyone for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and hope you tune in for episode 40. So, with that being said, feel free to stay. By the way, if you want to have a conversation, like with us, for example. But other than that, have a blessed night, have a blessed week, and enjoy your day. Go all the keepers that have joined, and I am my brother's keeper. Woo!